Alice. I'm 14 and I go to school. I want to tell you about a man who lives in the apartment block located opposite to the one I live in, on the same floor. People have told me that the man likes to watch me with his binoculars, especially when I change my clothes or sleep. By the way, I like sleeping naked. And I do believe that I don't have to close my curtains. I decided I should teach him a lesson, so I told my friends about him, and they found his address. They came to talk to him and knocked on his door loudly, but he didn't open it. They threatened him to beat the crap out of him and then left. It didn't work, though. The next morning, my neighbor was watching me again. I was furious. I had to do something about it. He didn't have the right to peek at girls, especially underage girls like me. There are so many child abusers now. I couldn't let it go. I had to do something. Don't you think I was right? When my friends, my boyfriend's friends actually, knew he kept watching me, they got really angry. At first, they left a letter in his mailbox with a promise to castrate him. Then, they doused his door with gasoline and put it on fire, but the door turned out to be fireproof. The guys decided to wait until the perv left his apartment to go to the grocery. He couldn't spend the whole day inside, right? We knew how he looked as I had taken a photo of him, but from a long distance. He looked like a middle-aged man. No, he was an old man. An old pedophile. One of the guys called us once and told that he had caught the man, kicked his old ass, and said he had to stop watching a young girl, Alice, from the apartment block that was opposite to his own one. But he also mentioned that the man wasn't afraid and defended himself with a walking stick. He even had a gun, which frightened my protector. So we thought that punishing him would require at least 2 or 3 guys. The perv didn't go out for a couple of days, and we decided that he had realized I had people to stand up for me. However, on the 3rd day, he was there again, with his binoculars watching me. What the hell? Again? Now you've crossed the line. I called my boyfriend and started shouting at him, saying he wasn't brave enough to protect me from the old, almost dead pervert. Chuck said that he had heard me and then hung up. I was too nervous. Of course, I couldn't close the curtains. But why did I have to do that? I was in my apartment, and I could do whatever I wanted there. I had the right to undress if I wanted to. A few days later, my friends met the sick perv and beat the living daylights out of him. He was hospitalized. Chuck stole the key to his apartment and offered me to visit his place to get the binoculars. We sneaked into his apartment, which was rather modest. We entered his room and saw his binoculars on a support. I looked into the binoculars. Everything was seen perfectly, but I could barely find my window. Chuck dismantled the item and put it in his backpack. At this moment, I saw something that attracted my attention. The entire wall was covered with zoom photos of my window. But what was that? None of the photos captured me. Instead, there were plenty of images of an old lady, my neighbor, Miss Garcia. Yes, that was her at different moments of her life. Our windows are close to each other. The photos had dates and notes on them. My dear Jenny, you are so beautiful with these flowers. My Jenny, you have to put on my favorite turquoise dress. Oh, Jenny, stop being so upset. Jenny, my love, will you ever forgive me? Jenny is playing with her kitten, etc. I felt dazed. This room, although it was very modest, was full of light and love. I looked around. There were lots of photos showing the man in his earlier years, with Miss Garcia. They must have been married and then separated. It was so touching. He remained faithful to her after so many years. Poor old man. What have I done? But now I know what to do to make things right. If you are with me, please like this post and leave your comments, and subscribe to the channel.